to order. The city clerk will call the roll.
Aiello, Burmaster, Vitar, Urban, Beatrice, Glassville, Testa, Medical, Druzzi, present.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence for the deceased members of the Common Council. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The agenda for this special meeting is to discuss budget amendments. There's no public comment period. Can I have a motion and second to place ordinances 1 through 23 into committee?
Motion to introduce into committee?
Thank you. We do have 4 pieces of legislation. Proposed ordinance number 7. Can I have a motion and second to introduce?
Motion? Second, sorry.
Can I have a motion and second to pull from committee?
No, I'm still seconding. I'd like to vote on those tonight. Yes. I'm still
I'd actually keep those in committee, so I'll be voting no.
For this, for the DNA transfer.
Okay.
You're telling them how to vote?
No, he asked what. What ones we're talking about. These were the ones we already had from DNA.
Yep. Can I have a motion and a second to remove proposed legislation 7,
Yeah,
8,
totally.
9, and 10?
Mr. President, I'm just going to, there was a request to open it for discussion. And, I don't know, do you want the floor, Councilman Vitar?
No, just a couple questions to clarify. Can anyone give a synopsis or update? I know we put these in committee, came through E&A. Could you just give us a summary again of the
Yeah.
proposals?
These ones were, we had the one vacant position for $45,000. We reduced that line. That's not really part of this, but we reduced it so everybody else is taking on extra duties. But as our table of organization stands now, we have one of the secretaries under the Common Council department. So we're just trying to move that person into the city clerk's department.
I asked for a copy of the table of organization, still didn't receive it.
Okay.
That was at the last meeting.
Well, I don't own it. Like, go ask your mayor.
You actually proposed these and approved it from E&A, did you not?
Yeah,
Are you our E&A representative?
I didn't put these in, but yeah.
Did you vote for them?
Yes.
And are you sponsoring, are you putting them in? Because my name's on it, and I wanted to see the copy of the table of organization before I voted on it. That's
I'm
all
sure
I
we can
asked.
get it for you right now. I don't.
What's that?
I'm sure we can get it for you right now.
Okay,
I have
if
a
you
copy.
can, I would appreciate it, that's all.
Or you could go look and get it yourself as well.
No, I don't. You're our E&A representative.
Do you have
That's
do you
what
have a
you're
copy
there
of
for.
table of organization?
right.
No, I don't.
Okay, I actually don't either because it's on my
So then
computer.
how did you
Still
vote
waiting
for it?
the budget director to give us a copy.
Okay, that's it. That's what I just asked. I just wanted to see the table of organization.
It's not that big of a deal. It's not changing any of the funds. It's transferring a person from one department to the other.
Table of organization is supposed to be attached, it's not there.
Guys, what are we doing?
We're in the middle of a special meeting, and and they're having side discussions. I don't know why we're having a side discussion in the middle of it. I mean, why
Counselor?
not just say it publicly if you got something to say? I'm point of order, Mr. President. I mean, are you serious
Councilman.
right now?
Lemedical.
I just thought.
We're gonna leave it in committee.
Jack, you want?
We're gonna leave it in committee until we get a full council here.
So we do have a
Meets with the elected.
we do have a committee meeting after this. If this is going to stay in committee, maybe we could get the table of organization and discuss it then. Right.
Can I have a motion and a second to adjourn?
I'll take a motion.
Second.
Okay, adjourn.
Motion, second.
Yeah. So, Mr. President, I just want to say one second. I just want to say one thing. I want to ask one thing, because I'm totally confused. So, Councilperson Colosimo Testa put amendments in 2 weeks ago. They've been sitting in committee. We've been asking for amendments, and all of a sudden today, if she doesn't send an email out asking, we would have never got these amendments.
You think these came in within 4 minutes?
Wait a second, I have the floor. I'm talking, I'm
Yes,
trying
sir.
to just
Sorry.
trying to get clarification. That's all I'm asking for. So I get these amendments that I read through, okay? And there's 6 names on them, and they're all set. So what is the purpose of a meeting after to discuss it when you guys must have already had a meeting and they're already set? And then and again, I'm not trying to be a wise guy, I'm trying to understand where we're going. And at the end of the day here, let's look at both scenarios. We had the mayor came down with amendments with the other funding that brings the budget to the taxpayer to 0, okay? And he asked to put, basically, remember, this amendment that you guys are started with is our budget that we approved from last year, ours. Every one of you, except Heather, she's not here, voted for this budget last year, okay? He didn't go, it's the same budget, all right? You're gonna come down with a 0% increase. The only thing that's different is he's putting $1 million in a contingency fund, so when he solves the police and the fire contracts, we don't gotta go into the fund balance. We're going through nickel and diming all stuff. When Mayor Palmieri or the past administration came down with a 0% increase, I sat here and nobody said a word. Okay, so the taxpayer, either way, anybody that's watching, is getting a 0% tax increase. But what are we doing? What's gonna happen when we solve these fire and police contracts? Okay? That's the only difference here. It's 0 either way. But we're playing a political game so we can, okay? We're not saving the taxpayer anything. We're cutting health, HSA funds. We're cutting stuff that really is not that important. It's more important to have money for a rainy day, in my opinion. So my main question is, what's the purpose of having this 6 o'clock meeting? You guys got the votes. We don't have a say in any of it. You didn't give us a chance to go over these amendments and talk to you about it. You got 6 of us here, and you guys got the majority, so we're gonna play the majority game. That's, if anybody can answer me, that's fine. Like I said, I sat here for 4 years. I watched, okay? I watched when we had budget hearing. Nobody said a word. They went through, played the game, did that, and it was over. Okay, last week I sat here for 3 hours while the police, the firemen were grilled, okay, over stuff that was our budget that we started with last year. Okay? Doesn't make any sense, guys. It really doesn't. So we got to play the game. You guys got the votes. Do what you got to do. I just want to make sure the people know what's going on. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll start with Councilperson IL, and we'll go all the way around if you want to comment.
Sure. The proposed budget amendments, it reflects obviously taking the tax levy down, or the tax increase down to 0% as well. Removes all the reserve accounts. We did leave the 900,000 of CIT, and then that really the state AIM funding increase really took care of that much alone. We had already, I don't know, I was looking at a lot of budget amendments. I know a lot of colleagues were. We were already trying to get that down, that 2.9% down, even before we knew about the state aid. So it was just like these budget amendments are just kind of looking towards that. And since we had $1 million, didn't really make sense to cut taxes if this is a temporary thing. So that's why we were looking to, everybody hears more about paving. So one of the amendments is to add this $1 million towards the paving. The mayor told us in E&A we had $782,000 left now in the contingency line for those contracts. So I know those are coming up, but yeah, that's what these ones for. And when we say cut for like HSA and HRA, these were the accounts that weren't being used.
Somebody gets sick.
Well, this isn't, we put those ones in the main accounts. I don't know why, but these ones were like haven't been used. They've been transferring money out of them. But yeah, that's what I have. Thank you.
Councilperson Burmaster? Councilman Bitar?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a comment on Councilman Beatrice. I mean, the point of introducing these is to open it up for discussion on these. I mean, you know, starting at the back, infrastructure repairs. If we want to open it up for discussion, right now I have a reduction of $75,000. If during discussions you say, you know what, I think $100,000 makes more sense, or $50,000 makes more sense, or cut less. That's the point. I mean, it's malleable, it's open, it's based on us meeting and discussing it. This is what's proposed right now. It doesn't mean it's what's going to pass, and of course your opinion matters on it. Well, the point is, it's got to go in and be discussed at some point. We have a committee meeting at 6. And again, if you look through these and you say, you know what, this street lighting electric, I see you're reducing it by $45,000. You know, I think we could reduce it by $60,000. I'll say, okay, that's a good idea. Let's look at the numbers. I mean, that's the whole point of this. So we are discussing it.
As long as, am I okay to talk while you're talking? So, okay.
Go ahead.
As long as you're bringing something up like infrastructure, the city's infrastructure is crushed. I just got calls yesterday, drains collapsing. Why would we cut anything? And then, but my point is, you see my point, we put ours in 2 weeks ago. Where have these been? So we could look at them before.
Well, last year, I think the criticism was that ours came in too early. Now the criticism is it's too late.
No, I don't think we didn't say that at all. The criticism last year was we never had a chance to talk about it. So it is what it is. I'm just telling you, it's a little bit disheartening.
No, well, I mean, that's why we're
My
here.
point of the whole thing, Joe, is it was our budget from last year. Okay? You agree with that?
Mostly. There are numbers
Okay?
that changed.
It's our
Yeah.
budget from last year. We have 3 major contracts coming out. Okay? These are minor stuff that your guys are putting in. Either way, it's zero. Okay? Why wouldn't you put money in an account for a rainy day? Instead of, I mean, we both agreed, both proposals, we're not gonna cut the fund balance, it's gonna use the money from the state to do what we have to do. Why would we cut stuff? For example, the three first proposals, we just bonded for $5 million because we're short cash, and you guys wanna cut 400, 200, and 200 on property tax revenue.
No, so that was to account for the 0%. That was just math. That was just math to get to 0%.
But it's still there. I mean, it's math. What are you doing? What are we doing it for?
Well, so that was so.
You don't need to reduce the tax levy when you already got it to 0.
So
with
we
the budget that we had last year.
So we received this at 2.9%. The increase at 2.9%. What those numbers do is just balance it to 0% after we recently received the TMA funding, because we got this from ENA before we received that extra funding. So
then
now we're
why
just trying to
didn't- why
balance it
didn't
back to
these come
0.
out before? Listen, Joe. In the end of the day, we know the deal here. Okay, so we'll do what we have to do, and I'll sit there and I'll listen to everything you guys got to say. But at the end of the day, to me, I want to protect the taxpayer. And if we're at 0 and the estimates are high, okay, I'd rather take that $1 million and put it in a bank account, because we're going to settle the police and fire regardless. It's going to settle. And when it settles, tell me where we're getting that money from. Our fund balance?
Are you talking about the specific one that's allocated to paving in the proposal? That $1 million?
I'm talking all of it. I'm saying right now, we should take what the mayor's proposal, in my mind, because that's, I sat here for 4 years. When it was zeros, nobody fought the other administration. They said, okay. Now, we got this money. He came through. He put the money in a fund, okay? That only thing he's doing is proposing, instead of 800,000, 1.8 million for the, what's the word I want? The fund, okay? The purpose of that.
The contingency fund, yeah,
Contingency
yeah.
fund, I'm sorry. The purpose of that is for when these contracts are being solved, now you got money in the bank, because you're gonna solve them, okay? They're gonna settle the contracts. What are we gonna do after?
Well, and look, we also had proposals from the mayor on proposed amendments for the pilot programs, each of them a specific amount. So I mean, and no one's introduced those yet, and if someone wants to introduce those proposals from what the mayor had sent to us, I mean, that's again why we're meeting, and I'm sure we're going to have some special meetings before our deadline on the 20th to introduce additional amendments if it comes to that too. So I mean, that's why we're here to talk about this.
Okay.
Councilman Irvin? Good. Councilperson Colesimo?
Why would you call a meeting a week ago? And then
Okay. We get it.
No, I know you get it, but like Rocket, I mean, it would be nice to actually go through a budget amendment. You have a special meeting, then you have a committee meeting. You got no department heads here, and I don't blame them for not being here, because who had enough time to go through to see whether or not you're taking $117,000 away from, I don't remember, I can't even remember. Holiday pay, right, and you were also short on the money that you cut last year in salary lines.
The holiday
So-
pay was 350,000 over budget.
Okay.
Right, and they've told you a million times that
You
it
have
gets
the floor,
transferred in and
Councilman.
out. Thank you. And I don't care if people interrupt
Yeah,
me,
no,
Rock. You know
no.
what I mean? If people got to say something, they're more than welcome to. I'm not sensitive to that. But the thing that I'm saying is that we went through, you cut salary lines last year. Salary lines are under budgeted inside Munis right now. So, I mean, again, you keep, no, they are, and I will show
That
you.
was because of the police services, though.
No, it's not.
That's what they said on the floor,
It
that
is
the
legit-
overtime was being
no,
actually
no. That's overtime. That's not police salary lines that the money's actually paid out of. You keep getting it confused, and it's very frustrating how you can't separate police special services to what's actually paid out of the salary lines.
Okay.
Okay, those are two
We
separate
will play the
things.
tape of
So the
when
amount of money
Elmer
that
said
we
that,
took out
but-
of that last year is also under budgeted.
That's what
So
the mayor
my
said
whole
to take,
point-
though.
My whole point is when we're making amendments, and we don't have people here to actually defend those amendments, my thing is, you should have just put in an amendment, have the special meeting, introduce them, and then give people the opportunity to come back and explain how wrong you are. I mean, and that's happened how many times now? And that's very frustrating to sit here and watch.
I mean,
You can keep looking at Joe. Joe's not saving you on this,
You
Katie.
look for an example on
You keep
sales
looking
tax.
at him as he's gonna answer your questions.
I was
Joe, are
going
you
to chime
gonna
in
answer
with
your
more,
questions?
but
Please.
I'll
I
take the
mean,
floor
really,
back.
I mean, this
Since
is
I
what
was
it's coming
addressed, Mr.
down
President,
to.
I'd like to speak when I have a moment.
It is.
I think the point is, no one's asking us to vote on these tonight.
I
You say
understand
no,
that.
and you say
But
no
what I'm saying is
department
that
heads are
There's no
here.
point to have any committee meeting after this, because
Well, this is for
nobody has had
our,
time.
this is for our discussion. No
For
one
what
says we can't have
discussion?
another committee meeting next week
Yeah,
to bring
I mean,
department
listen,
heads in.
We have a lot of discussions that nobody pays attention to what people say to them. So I understand if you guys want to continue to have discussions amongst yourselves, but you just came and told you that the healthcare was over on a number of lines, okay? And now you're taking another $700,000 out of it. I mean, you want to give increased safety gear because Jack misspoke on something that he said, and then you want to take away $700,000 out of the healthcare lines. I mean, it's getting to the point where it's like, guys, you're going to do what you want to do. I'm well aware you got 6 names on it. It's veto proof, but enough's enough, okay? And I'm just not going to sit here and be subjected to it because no matter how many times it's explained to you, it could be explained by Frank Miola, it could be explained by Mike Galimi, it could be explained by the auditors, could be explained by the budget director. Nobody wants to listen, so what's the point? Do what you got to do, and then you, again, take the consequences after you keep cutting these lines, and that's it. And that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Councilman Lemetical?
Thank you, Mr. President. On election day in November, and prior to that, when I was going door to door, the residents of the city made a mandate. They wanted us to have a 0 tax increase, and they wanted us to fix their streets more than we've been fixing them right along. That's what this budget does. We worked very hard on it, and I think that this is a good budget. We left money in there for the administration to have to move money around if be. But this is a good, solid budget, and it's for the people of the city of Utica who want their roads fixed. An additional $1 million to the roads.
So
Thank
we
you,
weren't,
Mr. Mayor.
we weren't getting that in CHIP funding?
Thank you.
Mr. President, may I have the floor again? I'm pretty sure that the mayor and the engineering department have been advocating for extra CHIP funding, okay? Which we did receive last year, okay? So we did pave an extra $1 million last year. There is a possibility that we could pave an extra $2 million this year, depending on how CHIP funding lays. Jack, if you don't mind, could you explain to me who you worked on these amendments with and where?
I don't have to explain anything to you.
You don't? I mean, you do though, because here's the thing. You submit amendments with 6 people's names on it, which means that the 6 of you had to meet in order to do it. Which again, there's an entire body. So why didn't you call Joe Beatrice and ask him if he wanted his name on it?
Mr. President, can I have the floor when they're all
Okay,
set?
so why didn't you have the discussions with them to explain it so that you were comfortable submitting those amendments?
Guys.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Mr. President, I
Bye.
requested the floor.
Councilperson Ayala,
sure.
then we're done.
Yeah, I just want to add that there are 6 names on here, but I would love 9, whatever we do. If you want, I just got to finish a couple of things.
No, yeah, just one thing. And then you
Let
can-
her go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let her go.
I'm sorry.
I'll go
No,
back to you.
I get it, though.
And that's it.
It's just, yeah, I'm open to suggestions and working on these things. This wasn't like a shove this in your face thing. This was the point where we're supposed to come and talk. If you show me numbers and data, I will go for it. I'm very persuadable with that. I've talked with a lot of different departments with these. It's, yeah, I don't know what, that's what I wanted to say. Councilman Beatrice, you brought up how like the mayors wanted to put $1 million into contingency. It was about $500,000 more. The reason I didn't like the mayor's proposal is because it still left fund balance lines. It was about another $600,000 on those fund balance lines.
He was taking zero out of the fund balance.
He rearranged it to still have 1.6 million actually
Well,
on the fund balance. So that's where
So-
I wasn't open to that one.
Okay, so just two things. Do you ever
Yeah,
put-
and then we're gonna end it.
Yeah,
'cause
okay,
We're
that's
just gonna
fine.
go back and
That's
forth,
fine.
back and forth.
So,
and-
you want to talk, you just got done saying, and I don't want to get aggravated, but you just got done saying you're welcome to listening to the numbers. They've been here at this table, giving you the numbers. If we listened to you last year, we would have been down 300,000 in sales tax, okay? You want to
Let's-
wait. And then my other question is, and then you can finish, my other question is, any one of you people here ever put your name on a piece of legislation and didn't vote on it? That's my point, okay? It didn't come out one person where we could all talk about it and sway each other. It's sent to us at time today, 1:30 to us, 23 amendments with 6 names on it. So that tells me you guys already know what you're doing, which is, listen, you won at the polls in November. You have the seats. It's your right to do it. I'm just telling you, shouldn't be. I believe this lady right here ran on no party politics, okay? I haven't seen it in 3 months, okay? So, to be honest with you, you should I'm just saying, my point, nobody can explain it to me. Why in the previous 4 years, before this administration, when there was 0 budgets, there was no very minimal amendments to the mayor's budget, they went along with it, but yet here, anything that comes up, we go. We go after, we change everything. At the end of the day, the bottom line, 0. I understand your point, Jack, about the paving, okay? You're right, okay? You know what worries me more than anything? We had 2 bond proposals, one to bond for $5 million, one to bond for $2.5 million. The reason to do that was to get the money up front and then pay the other half off so we could start paving now. You want to do over $1 million more. We haven't passed the plan from upstairs to make sense to get it done now. You're not even going to be able to pay $5 million the way we keep waiting
And
for
if-
the contract.
And we borrowed $5 million for Iran because we don't have
Okay,
enough money.
I've
and that's the
never
other
applied for the
thing.
last thing.
And we borrowed
Called out.
$5 million, what, a month ago? Because we were short. You know what? And something you guys should all look at. You got $3.5 million from the governor in AIM funding. That's a temporary thing. The way you guys keep going on, saying how strong the city is, we can cut here, cut there, there's a good chance you're going to lose that funding. So that's all I got to say. Let's adjourn. And I
I was addressed, so it said, why am I not listening to the numbers? And we sat here, and when they went through the numbers, one of the pays that were over budgeted for was holiday pay by $350,000. That was part of this. We talked about in the past, nobody wanted to increase taxes. The 2023.
Who said $350,000 they were over?
Yeah.
Deputy Chief Noonan?
Yeah.
It was the holiday pay in the spreadsheets. Anyway,
Deputy Chief Noonan was over $300,000.
as long as we
No,
brought
I
up
just want to
meeting-
say, because you keep saying they, so was it Deputy Chief Noonan, because that was who was
no,
here,
it
who
was
explaining
Elmira,
it?
the $350,000.
Okay, so it didn't come from the police department. It came from Elmira?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's in our emails.
Just want to say that. No, that's it.
It's in our email with that.
That's it.
And then with the paving, I just want to put on record that I am still asking for the last 2 years of paving of how many streets we did, how many miles, and specifically how much each street cost, whether it was repaired or mill and fill.
You just had a login that logged into, what is it, Tyler? I can't.
Munis.
Okay, so it's Munis, but they still had a login that you were just logged in on the actual computer that gave you an entire spreadsheet of how much the city's actually spent and what they have done.
I just
Your
want-
login's right in there. It's on the history of that computer.
This
So how
isn't-
don't you know?
Okay.
I don't know why everything has to be a fight.
It's
Those
not a fight, but you just said you
those
didn't
don't
know.
give you the streets.
Okay.
And on that computer, you were just
I just want
logged
to be
in
clear.
looking at
Those
it.
don't give you the
Guys.
streets.
Mr. President,
So
but I mean,
will-
enough's
I know,
enough.
I
It's
know.
on the computer. I can print out the
I don't know
history
why it's
on
not
that
even-
login for you.
So does anybody want to make a special meeting or another committee meeting then? while we're
But just
here
for
another
clarification,
later
were
on?
you not on the computer just looking at the entire spreadsheet in the login that you have access to?
No, you can't see streets.
Can we
on
have a
that.
motion
It
and a
was just
second
on-
You can't
to
see
adjourn,
streets on
Just
guys?
on there.
You're a little bit
Second.
more dishonest.
How'd you get that login, by the way? Can you actually hand out to the
Yeah. It's right on the
Adjourn.
computer.